Rodney Fallen. I'd cut a bit less than I thought last spring for the shed, and so late winter I called up Rodney Sweet. There was never a man better named. He's touched in the head, some say, a Bible thumper. That's fine by me, since he does all right in the world with his two big rules, love God and your neighbor. That means his wood is good, full cords, no popple or piss elm. I'd been a fool and so felt more than lucky that Rodney still had something on hand, and the whole of it fine rock maple. He won't often sell by the half, but a half cord would do, I told him. Rodney has often called me faithful, and he claims to like my trade for that, although truth is I'm only a doubtful, unsteady client. Maybe it's just that we see some things eye to eye. Speaking of eyes, his own are blue as heaven. You notice that right off. And so when the ice sent him arcing that noon, his feet straight up in the air, and he crashed to hard ground, it all but knocked out his brains, and lay gut up like a drunk in some shit-faced bar, the kind of place in which he'd never be seen. And those eyes showed flat and sightless. It seemed the world went down along with him, and I got worried, to say it mildly. I kept calling, "Rodney, Rodney," like a life's most urgent question. And against my will, I imagined nothing at all in that skyward gaze. And then I looked skyward also to where the awful crows were fighting the blow, the senseless trees turning dark on the hills under sleet clouds that shuffled and mumbled, with only the jittery flags of beech and oak, pallid and brown, making minimal gesture against the shadow's grizzle. There on the snow, his blood looked dimmer still, and all the other colors leached off, and I stood stupefied as I contemplated Rodney Fallen. Then the blue eyes blinked, he looked at me and smiled and spoke at last. "The man up there has been trying to pound some sense in this head for a long, long time. Oh, Jesus, I swear the first spring sun broke through and the thaw began, and wrens and warblers would come. Rodney stood, and there'd be vireos and wrens and moon and mice and love and deer and courage, kestrels, warmth, another year."
Bye.